Dear friends, good morning. Hope you all are doing well. Today we will discuss on what to do till you get your first job in SAP consulting field. Here the important point is many people dream of getting a SAP consulting job at some point of time during their professional life, which starts right after the college, and it can go on all the way till the end of their career. So any time in between, people can move their career into SAP side and think about having a one SAP consulting job in their hand. Nothing wrong as such, but then there are a lot of things which goes into it, which needs to be looked after and need to be taken care of. So in today's video, we will discuss about those strategies, those ways, what all we should do, what all we should not do, what is the right way to do it up, and likewise. So before I move further, I have a sincere request to all of you that please subscribe my YouTube channel, like this video, share this video among your circle, network, whoever might need it, and spread the knowledge. The main purpose of creating these kind of videos is to spread the knowledge. So please help me in this particular activity. Let's move further. So activities to do before getting the first job in the SAP consulting. This is just another screen where people are thinking, discussing as the pictorial presentation is being given. So let's move further. Let's see what all things we have. Before you get your first hand job in the SAP consulting side, life usually is completely different, and once you get into the SAP consulting job, life becomes completely different. It doesn't remain same as it was before. There will be lot of changes. So you should not anytime compare how the life looks like before consulting and how the life will look like in the SAP consulting job. These two are two different ball games altogether. I have commented the same thing in some of my previous videos as well. I am repeating it here. It is not a same ball game. It is completely different ball game altogether. Let's move further. So before we start discussing the activities side, let us first understand what all variety of freshers, and here freshers means for the SAP consulting job only. I am not considering freshers, only the college pass outs in this case. For me, in this particular video, the definition of fresher is anybody who has never worked in the SAP consulting side is a fresher for SAP. I hope this point is clear. Let's move further. So we can have directly college pass outs, that means people who have just completed their education, maybe graduation or maybe the post graduation or maybe even the further different kind of degrees or things like. So those are the people. Then there can be some college pass outs. Along with that, they will have some gaps in their career. That simply means the people have passed out from the college. They started searching out for the job, but to get the first job in hand, it has taken time. It can be 1 month, it can be 3 months, it can be 6 months. Sometimes it can go as long as 2 3 years also. That's why I have written college pass outs with gaps in career. So anybody who has not started working immediately after the formal education completion and took time to get the first job in hand, be it SAP, be it non-SAP, doesn't matter, then those people are called as SAP pass outs with gaps in career. These gaps can come at a later stage as well. But here specifically I have mentioned for the college pass outs. Then people with business domain experience. I mean somebody from the sales field or somebody from the marketing or advertisement field has worked for few years. Obviously then that person will be understanding that entire business process, what all thing goes into the selling side or the marketing side, and then they want to get into the SAP SD consulting field. SAP SD means sales and distribution. So that is another way of freshers. Then people with end user or business user experience. Many a times people also think that after working for many years as an end user, they think that now they know the system very well, and then they also start looking out for SAP consulting job because they feel that this particular field has lot of learnings, lot of money, lot of exposure, different things are at a very large scale available, so why not give a try. So because of that, what happens is, so there is a big number from the people with end user or business user experience who really want to make a mark in the SAP consulting side as well. So they are also basically freshers for SAP consulting field. Then there will be people with or without SAP certification in SAP. They also want to enter into SAP consulting job. And certification can go on for all the above four people also. It may be and it may not be, depending on who has how much hunger to learn and how much financial resources available to do the certification, because doing a certification is costly, it is not cheap still. 20k roughly it costs just for single attempt certification, single attempt. If you want 6 certification attempts, then you have to spend around 55 to 56k as of today. This I am talking about from the INR perspective. So these are all the variety of freshers we have. Now let's move further. As I said, SAP consulting job, this is a dream for lot of people. But before you jump into the SAP, you need to think about certain things very, very seriously. Very, very seriously. You may ask why. I will explain the reasons in the upcoming slides. First thing is, can everyone get a SAP consulting job? Do we have that many jobs? People think that there is a plenty of jobs available 24/7 in the SAP side. I am sorry to say, the job market in SAP also keeps on changing. It is not a consistent and continuous all the time. It keeps on changing, and within SAP also, project to project, the requirement or the expectations from the consultant differs. It is not exactly one and same. There are literally too many varieties within the SAP, within the projects itself, which people are not aware, who are looking the SAP consulting job from the outside, not from the inside. People who are already working, they know it very, very well. So that is one point you need to think about. Can really everyone get a SAP consulting job so easily, so effortlessly? Then second, you also need to analyze yourself. Do you have the mindset? Do you have the qualities? Are you really ready for the SAP consulting work? Do you have the business understanding? Do you have the accounting knowledge if you, in case you are looking out for the SAP FICO side? And apart from these things, lot of other qualities are also expected from you. So you have to do your self analysis. There is something called as SWOT, SWOT analysis. So that you have to do on your own. You have to check yourself that what all qualities, what all things you have which makes you or which will make you a good SAP consultant in future. So you have to do that self analysis as well. That will give you a lot of clues. And if that analysis tells you you are weak into certain areas, then you need to work upon those areas to improve yourself. Now, next question is what to do till you have one SAP consulting job in hand. Would you like to fit? Would you like to sit idle? You will just keep on studying 24/7, or what you are planning to do? What you will do? Because having an expectation is or having a dream is a separate ball game, and converting that dream into reality is a complete different ball game. They are not exactly one and same. They will never be exactly one and same. These are two different items altogether. So what do you do? What you want to do? Let us move further. Now, I will say there are couple of very big mistakes. Rather, I will say these are actually the blunders from the somebody's career perspective. One must not do such kind of mistakes. If they really love your career, if they want their professional career, and if they want their professional career look like a great professional career, they must avoid the mistakes mentioned in this particular slide. The first, there are a lot of people after the college, they just study and do the course, then they keep on waiting and trying and trying and trying the SAP consulting job directly for a very long period without gaining any kind of real work experience into any other domain other than SAP consulting field. That means they can waste 3 months time, they can waste 1 year time, they can waste 3 4 years time also at in some cases. What is the use of wasting so much of time behind the SAP? Why can't you work on something and keep exploring the SAP consulting side as well parallelly? At least for that period, you will gain some money, you will gain some work, valuable work experience, and that can definitely help you to get the SAP consulting job also in future. Never ever waste your time. Never ever. You are not available in this world to waste your time. You must utilize your time to the best of your ability. Then there are people I have come across in order to get the SAP consulting job, they just leave their current job which they are doing and then they fully try to get into the consulting work, and then after some time they start getting frustrated when things do not turn into their favor, or when the things or events do not turn up as per their plan. Remember, whatever you plan is a plan. Whatever will happen will be a reality. These two things can match also and can have a very big mismatch also. You might think that you may get a job in 6 months time, but quite possible sometimes it can take even 6 years of time. You don't know, you can't define that. So this mistake must be avoided by all the people looking out for SAP consulting job at any given point of time. I personally do not want anybody to leave their current job for the sake of getting a SAP consulting job. My suggestion would be get SAP consulting job offer in hand and then leave your current job. Don't waste your time, don't waste your experience, don't work your learning, don't waste your don't lose your earnings. Please don't do that. Next, many people think that just because somebody else is doing the SAP consulting job brilliantly, I can also do it, and then they blindly, without judging themselves, without analyzing themselves, they start jumping towards SAP side. I will say there are plenty of jobs without SAP as well available in this world. Plenty of jobs. I am here not saying that you should not jump into the SAP. Please understand. But before you jump into the SAP side, did you do a self analysis for yourself? Did you check yourself whether you are really a fit for the SAP consulting work or not? Have you consulted somebody who is working in the SAP side to give you some serious advice on that? Have you done some R&D on that? How much time, how much effort, what all qualities are needed from the SAP consulting person? Even at a fresher level, how much job level competition it will have, how I will manage the stress, how I will manage the workload, how I will manage lot of other stuffs. Did you do all this? I believe 99% people don't do this activity. 99% and above, they don't do this activity. They follow others' life without analyzing oneself and proper career planning. Just because somebody else is able to do it, let me also do it. Boss, you can do it. I am not denying that. But first do a self study. Self study means you have to study yourself, right? And see that you are able to meet certain qualities which is expected in the SAP or not. Do a checkup. After that, then do the planning and then execute. Next, another important mistake, rather I will say blunder, people what they do is they always think about, okay, SAP can give me very good CTC, very good money in hand, and then they keep on thinking about money. Okay, 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 here in my job I am getting only 20k per month, in SAP I will get 60k per month or maybe 80k per month, 1 L per month. Very good, very good. Okay, let me do it, let me do it, let me do it. See, I am not saying that thinking about money is bad. Here I am saying that only thinking about the money for the SAP job or SAP consulting job is not correct. You also need to think about how much effort it is going to take, how much time it is going to take. Everything will not work as per your plan. Do you have a backup plan for yourself? What you will do till you get the job in SAP side? How you will keep yourself engaged? How you will keep yourself learning? How you will keep yourself earning something or in some other job and things like that. So, if you are entering into the SAP side with the pure money minded mindset, this also is not correct. This also is a very, very big mistake. These four mistakes which I have mentioned in the slide must be avoided at all cost. Otherwise, in future you will yourself realize what you have done to yourself. Please don't do that. Look after for these. Look, just ensure that these four mistakes you are not doing for yourself. Let's move further. Now you might ask, then what I should do, what all activities I should be part of or I should be engaged in, what actions I am supposed to perform. So these are some of the list or some of the list of the activities which you should be engaged in actively and pursuing seriously. Domain experience. Here I am talking about business domain experience. Somebody wants to work in the production process, so Join some plant where some kind of manufacturing process is going on. Work as a supervisor or work as a worker also, not a problem. Gain some hands-on experience how the manufacturing process happens. Remember one thing, people do not learn everything by just reading books. It is not possible. And if somebody is saying you will learn everything by reading books, that person is a liar. That person is a big liar. Stay away from such people who says that you will learn everything by reading books only. Books cannot teach you everything. Books can give you only reference and some theoretical knowledge. That's it. Then this is about the any kind of domain experience in which in future you want to enter in the SAP consulting side. Next is business process exposure. Do you know what is invoice? Do you know what is payment? I'm talking about from the particularly accounting perspective, but this invoice and payment can go into a lot of other areas also. Do you understand the business process? For example, O2C, P2P, how the payroll processing happens, how the sale process happens, how the payment process happens, how different kind of general vouchers are getting posted, what is the logic for it, what is asset, what is liability, what is depreciation. There are so many things which is not visible from the outside. If you want to really learn swimming, you have to into the water. You can learn it only in the water. If you learn only in theory by reading books, if everybody will become a swimmer, then all the people who train people to how to swim will become literally jobless. But that is not the reality. Then next thing which you should focus on is the soft skills development. What I mean by soft skill development here is how you will conduct yourself. Remember, in this SAP consulting work, you will come across and you will have to deal with a variety of people from variety of backgrounds, from variety of different levels, right from the junior level to all the way till the senior level. There is a fair amount of chance that you will come across such kind of things. How you are going to manage yourself and how you are going to manage the situation, how you are going to manage the discussion, lot of stuff. So you have to focus on your personality part, interpersonal relationships, networking, and lot of things like that. Then continuous learning and revision. Many people think that after doing once practice in the system, now I am the master of SAP. No, very big mistake. You have to keep on revising. Otherwise, very soon you will forget lot of things. I have taken interview of lot of people. So based on that experience, I am telling you, people who are working also, who are working as a consultant also, they are also not clear about lot of things, particularly the areas which they have never touched upon, and the areas also what in which they are working basically in that area as well, they have not done a deep dive. I mean, they have never done a lot of R&D in the same area as well. Whatever task has been given to them, they learn only that much. Anything beyond that you ask, and then they will struggle to answer. That is not the way SAP works. In SAP, learning is a 24/7 activity. It is not a one-time activity. You are not doing a college degree, please understand. And not only you have to learn, you have to keep on revising also. Otherwise, after 1 month, 2 months, you will forget 80% of the contents. Then somebody will ask something in the interview, and then you will struggle to answer it. And then you will lose a good opportunity which you could have get it provided you have revised those stuffs. People usually don't revise. My personal experience from the interviews I am talking about. Next, professional learning. Sorry, professional networking. That simply means you need to build up your professional network. You need to be get in touch with people who are working professionals. Take their time, take their guidance, take their inputs, and work accordingly, follow accordingly. And in case you have doubt, you have too many options available to get your doubts clarified. Many people don't do that also properly. So keeping a good professional network will help you to get you at least couple of interviews where that much it can do for you. But those things, and this professional networking is not just for a day. It remains lifelong activity basically. Even after retirement, people can have networking. It helps you for a lot of things. I suggest anybody who is starting their professional career, they should also invest some of their available time in professional networking. It is very, very important. Then, if you have enough financial resources in hand, try to get yourself certified in the given module in which you are trying to enter. It helps. But what I have seen is most of the people, they take the dump, they study once and then they get certified. Please remember that these kind of malpractices, rather I will say, and doing a certification in the easiest way possible is not going to help you much. You will definitely get certified and you will get a tag of being a certified candidate, no doubt. But that alone will not get you a SAP consulting job. Mark my words, and you give a try and you will see how it happens. Then you should also make yourself quite expert into the usage of MS Office applications, particularly with regard to the Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Because many times you will have to create the presentations, many times you have to play with the lot of data. For that you need Excel, and then lot of documentations also you need to prepare in SAP. I have prepared a separate video for that. If you want the various kind of want to know various kind of documentation in SAP, please go to my YouTube channel and search this particular topic. You will get it. Watch it. You will get to know. So this expertise in MS Office applications will actually help you to deliver your job in a better way. Then you should also focus on your oral and written communication. This is very, very important. Remember one thing, you will have to deal with a various and variety of backgrounds of people on a regular basis. Rather, I will say on a very much regular basis. So, unless your oral and written communication is clear and effective, if you are not able to talk properly, if you are not able to communicate properly, then it will be considered as a very big minus point on your career. People will not give you a chance. They will think that this person will not be able to manage the show. So how can I give them a chance? So you might lose a good opportunity just because you don't have a good oral and written communication. And apart from that, all the above points, you also need to keep on exploring the various kinds of SAP job market expectations. Read the JD. JD means job description. Whenever you apply for a job, the first thing you have to do is to read the JD. That JD will tell you what all things are expected from you, and then do a self analysis. Are you ready for it? Or wherever you are lacking, please start preparing for those things. So, unless you do all these things, getting one SAP job in the consulting side will remain a dream, will not convert into the reality. So focus on to these things. Definitely, in the due course of time, your dream will come true. Let's move further. Now, what all activities are there from where you should stay away? You should not get into that. Many people in this field also, because of the very high demand from the students and the professionals alike, many people do a promise of fake job. They will say, you come down here, do the course, and you will get the job. Anybody who gives you the guarantee for 100% job is actually a fake. It is not possible. SAP jobs are not created by the training institutes. SAP jobs are given by the companies who are working into that particular area and domain. So please stay away from the fake job promises. If you are paying money for the job, then you know what you are doing. There is a fair amount of chance that you might lose your money, but you might not get the job. So this is not the right practice also to pay to get the job, paying money to get the job. It is like a bribe. It is actually a bribe. Don't do that. Build up your capability and try to get the job based on that, not by paying money to get the job. Then many people also use the proxy interview and the fake documentation to get the SAP job. Both are equally dangerous. Equally dangerous. Proxy interview means somebody else is giving interview on your behalf by way of various kind of unfair means of giving interviews, or rather I will say the malpractices or wrong ways used for clearing the interview. You have a very good chance of getting caught also, and if somebody catches you by you are doing a wrong thing while giving the interview, then they will blacklist you. You will not be able to apply that place again in your lifetime. And this fake documentation, people think that nobody will do the background verification, correct? Why do you think like that? Any big company will do the proper and very strong BGV, rather I say the background verification, and you will be caught nicely. And if you get caught, and if it is a big company, be sure that you will lose your job. Only some small companies sometimes may consider, sometimes even they can also throw you out of the job because they will find that you have given the wrong information at the time of joining. So this shortcut way of getting the job is not going to work much. Many people have lost job because of these things that I have seen myself. I have seen it happening right in front of me. So it is better to stay away. Losing hopes and trials. Many people start SAP job searching with very lot of motivation, lot of efforts, lot of into. But as the time go by and then they don't get the job, they start losing their motivations. They start losing their hopes, and then they slowly stop their trials also. If you are really interested into SAP consulting side, then getting the SAP consulting job in hand, they cannot lose their hope and they have to keep on trying. So trials also they cannot lose. They have to keep on trying till they get it. Then if you are not exploring what all new things are happening in the SAP field, then you will not have awareness. For example, in SAP, so in SAP, new things which are coming up is, like for example, AI, artificial intelligence, ML, machine learning, BTP, business technology platform. Lot of new happenings and new events are, new developments, new technologies are getting developed. You should be aware of all these things. If you are not aware of these things, again that will become a problem. So if you are not exploring, then that will be considered as a minus point in your profile. Then wasting too much time idle for the sake of SAP consulting job. It really does not matter if you are a fresher, or if you are a person with some kind of work experience, any kind of work experience, SAP, non SAP, anything except SAP consulting experience I am talking about. Do not waste your time idle. You must be in some or the other kind of work till you get the SAP consulting job. In the previous slides also I have mentioned about some people leave their current job only to enter in the SAP side. Kindly don't do that. And one last and final thing is, if you are a completely only money minded person, then this SAP consulting field is not suitable for you. You might ask why? Because SAP is primarily a learning field. Anybody who is a born learner, who wants to remain a student lifetime, and who has hunger to learn a lot of things, they are the right person to get into the consulting work. And because of their continuous learning, money anyway will follow them. But if you don't learn, the job can throw you out as well. So because of these reasons, I will particularly say, people with only money keeping in mind, they should not enter into the SAP side, because SAP is first learn and then earn. SAP is not first earn and then learn. It is not like that. It is never like that. So money should not come first in your mind. Learning should come first in your mind. Then you are the right candidate for the SAP consulting field. This is my personal view. You might have a different view, and that is absolutely fine. But this I am talking after 11 plus years of experience. Real time, real work, real people, real projects, real systems, real exposure. All are real things, nothing fake. Let's move to the next. So, now coming to my personal opinion with regard to the job in the SAP consulting side, some of the suggestions which I would like to give is, please utilize the available time whatever you have to learn, because for learning there is no other option. You have to learn. Then after giving attempt once, twice, thrice, and if you do not succeed, don't lose your focus. Keep trying. Everybody doesn't get the job in the very first few attempts. It is not possible. It doesn't work that way. Some people can take 10, 15, 20, 30 times of trial also. So but if you lose your focus and if you stop trying, then your dream will remain as a dream only. It will not convert into reality. Then you also need to do the self analysis on a very, very regular basis. Keep on doing the self analysis. What is your improvement areas? Are you working on those? Are you upgrading yourself? Are you updating yourself? Are you connected with the right set of people who can give you the right piece of advice which you can follow and make yourself a better? Apart from that, you also need to have a lot of patience. Nowadays, this is one thing which most of the people I feel have completely lost it. Nobody has a patience. They think that everything needs to be done in 2 minutes time. But do you really think that everything can be done in 2 minutes time? You will get job also in 2 minutes time? Really? Try it and see for yourself. And finally, my final recommendation for all the people who are inclined towards SAP field is, please keep the learning first and money second. If you have learning, money anyway will follow you. Money cannot leave you if you are a good learner. But if you are only a good earner and not a learner, then how long money will remain with you? That is always a question mark. You never know. Because money has to follow learning. But learning need not to follow the money. Learning need not to follow the money. Learning, rather, I say, never follows the money. Okay? Because if the money, with the money only, if everybody will learn, then don't know what will happen. It doesn't go that way, unfortunately. Okay? Let's move further. Now we have come to the conclusion part of this particular video. Please remember that everybody's life is different, everybody's career is different, and don't compare your life with others' life very conveniently. There may be a lot of factors which is not visible to you, and you are thinking that my life and his life both are one and same. Why can't I do that? You can do that. I'm not saying you can't do that, but don't compare. Then do not jump into the water before knowing it well. Here, what I'm trying to say is, explore, do the self analysis, check yourself, check the job market, check the efforts, check some real time working professionals before you jump into the SAP consulting side. I have seen people who, even after joining the SAP consulting side, because of the pressure, they were not able to maintain it. They have left the SAP consulting field and went back to the same field from where they have started for the SAP journey. I have seen that kind of people as well. So if there are that kind of people as well, then how these kind of people will grow in the SAP side? Very difficult. Then you also need to plan for your career moves very seriously, and then follow as per your plan, and always have little bit gaps in the sense, some cushion you should always keep in mind, some buffer kind of thing you should always keep, because not every plan will materialize as per the timelines which you have mentioned, but you can always plan and give a try. You also need to have a lot of patience, and don't think that if I have done my certification now I am eligible for the SAP jobs. No, you are not. You, like you, there are so many other people. What is so special about you? You have to stand out yourself. You have to ensure that you are the best candidate for the given job in hand or given JD. Then only somebody will consider you for the SAP consulting job. Remember, competition is very high. Job opportunities are slowly going down because of lot of automation things are all happening. Still, I am not saying people cannot get a job in SAP consulting side. They can definitely get a job, but then it is getting increasingly little bit more difficult what it was 10-15 years ago, and in future it will be getting even more and more difficult. Particularly, you will have to explore a lot of new technologies as well within the SAP side. So do not let it happen. Make it happen, and you should have a can do attitude. Yes, I can do it. That kind of attitude is needed. You can not change, chase and visualize your dream job in SAP site. Think about what all things you would be doing, and always have belief in your sincere efforts. Remember, if you have really put your effort honestly, it will definitely give you something. Probably not immediately, but in the due course of time. But till then, keep yourself occupied, keep yourself engaged into some good activities, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep trying. As per my understanding, these are the things you should do till you get the job in the SAP consulting side. Never ever waste time sitting idle outside the work only to get the job in the SAP consulting side. Because time is something you can never buy in your life. You can't buy the time which is lost once. It comes once and it goes out also only once. It doesn't come back again. Never ever. So don't waste it. Now our discussion is all over. If you have still some query which you want to clarify or something like that, please drop an email to the given email ID. It will be responded to you accordingly. Thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly like this video, subscribe this YouTube channel, share this video among your circle, and thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Wish you a great day ahead. Thank you. Goodbye.